let me read you the term to what a gang division is, because people don't understand what it is when they hear it. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what I made myself. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna break it down to you what a gang division is, so you could get that proper knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people seeing the terms and they like, well, what that is? So this is what a gang division is. A gang division is a gang member, person, or persons of affiliation that advocates against anti-violence, gang violence, senseless gun violence, and expresses political, social, and civil standpoints that contributes to the betterment of those that are oppressed and viewed inferior to a superior hierarchy or government. That's what a gang division is.
Beautiful. Peace and Black Power, family. What's going on? It's good to meet the young soldier out here again. He doing some great work, man. As a young man, introduce yourself to the crew again, to the family.
Peace and Black Power to all. My name is Aminra Farrah. I'm responsible for the organization of Bang United, me and two of my other peers. And you know, we out here, we doing the work. You feel what I'm saying? We doing the work. We work with the black community, working with our people. We out here doing the work, especially me coming from the youth. You know, I'm 26, about to be 27 next month. So, you know, we basically bridging the gap between the elders and the youth, and be out here making it happen. That's what it is. Black power, love, light, peace, and respect.
Yeah, so I was checking out a couple of your videos on Instagram, and I like the way you was dropping it, man, dealing with the prison system and stuff like that. Can you go in a little more on that with us, brother, for us?
The good old prison system, good old American prison system. You see, the thing about the American prison system is the fact that this is the only country that deals with mass incarceration. So what that means is they take pride and incarcerating their own people. But when we say their own people, they're not talking about their people. They're talking about our people, African Americans. You feel what I'm saying? Black and brown and Hispanic colored people. This is who they take part in when it comes to mass incarceration. So, you know, especially for people that's like my age, they expect people of my age, or like I said in my last video, that by the age of 13 years old, they expect you to already have a felony on your record, or went through some kind of juvenile detention, or went through some kind of probation period, to where they could keep building a resume. So now when it's time for them to slap a felony on you, they do so. You feel what I'm saying? So that mass incarceration thing, that's a real big agenda that our people got to be aware of and understand. It's like it's an opening door for them, and they basically they make it a revolving door. You know what I mean? Because after they slap you with the felony on the record, next thing you know, when you come home and you're trying to get to where you're trying to get to, because you got this felony, you're now ostracized and marginalized from opportunity. So now, with you being ostracized and marginalized from opportunity, now you go back to doing what you know how to do, and then you get picked up for it again. Now you become a persistent predicate. So now that's basically giving them the door to basically give you more time on top of time that you already unserved. And then when you come home again and it ends up happening again, now that's the third felony, and now they're trying to hit you with a 3-strike law and everything else that comes with their nature. You feel what I'm saying? And what our people got to realize, understand, is that when it comes to, you know, the prison system, at the end of the day, what people got to realize is the fact that, according to the 13th Amendment, you feel what I'm saying, when you basically go to prison, you basically giving up your time for involuntary servitude. You feel what I'm saying? This is not by your will. This is because of the fact that you are here inside of their prison, and you are subjected to be basically working for not even what's minimum wage, for damn near cents an hour for 5 days straight a week, sometimes 6. You feel what I'm saying? So this is the new form of slavery right here. Mass incarceration is the new form of slavery. Besides what we got going on out here when it comes to the education system, and the misdirection and the miseducation of our people out here, when it comes to the prison system, that's the new form of slavery. Of course, you got your economic slavery, which is deal with the job in the corporate field, but it's nothing like that prison slavery. You know what I'm saying? That prison slavery is like a new Jim Crow set up foundation. And as long as they keep seeing our people come in and out that system, which is designed already for us to fail, especially when it comes to, you know, the judges and the juries and the courts, all this stuff is already designed for us to fail. It's already stacked against us at the end of the day. And when you don't see people of your own that's on these juries, you know, because our people love to ignore jury duty, being the fact that they would say basically $40 is not enough for them to go to jury duty. But now you got to understand, when you don't want to go to jury duty, now you got what you call a Central Park 5 situation. Because when it's time for you to basically be on that stand, and you out there going against these 12 peers that don't look like you, what you think is about to happen? You're going to be railroaded, and they're going to hang you. You feel what I'm saying? So now, being the fact that we aware of that, when it go to that prison system, when it comes to that prison system, is the fact that now we're basically serving slavery. Like, we're basically serving a servitude to a system. And then the more messed up part about it is the fact that after they get whatever time they got to get out of you while you're in the States, when they ship you up north and they ship you to a different state, now you become a citizen of that state, and this state that you came from still getting paid off of you, and now the new state that you in is getting paid off of you. So it's all a $1 billion industry. Prison is a new $1 billion. It's not even a new $1 billion industry. It's been the $1 billion industry, and they are the corporate criminals that's basically preying upon our people to give us records and give us felonies and stuff of that nature to keep us inside their revolving doors and keep us trapped inside of their system. Understand that when you basically giving time, they're not saying you giving time because, you know, your physical body, your physical life is being taken out of the time with your life. What they say when they giving you time, they basically telling you this is how many years they're gonna get paid off of your back. You feel what I'm saying? This is how many years they're gonna get paid off of your slavery and servitude. So when they hitting people with 25 to life, that's 25 years you gonna be serving for them. You feel what I'm saying? 25 years you gonna be basically giving up your free will to them, and they're gonna get paid behind it each and every second, day, time, and year. And then when it comes to parole board and they feel like you're not eligible enough, remember you still got that life sentence on the back of that 25.
That's right.
So now they could keep hitting you with another number, and that's how many more years they gonna keep getting paid off of you.
Have you ever been incarcerated?
Yeah, I've been incarcerated, and the crazy part about my incarceration is because I didn't commit this crime. You feel what I'm saying? I got locked up for robbery in the first degree back in 2015 that I didn't even do. I was a working man. I was basically working security, and just because of the fact that I was outside my neighborhood at 5 in the morning, which is no law that says you can't be outside at 5 in the morning, I was outside of my neighborhood talking with one of my friends, and because they felt like I fit the description, this is how I got railroaded into the system. So now I was basically brought into the system, going back and forth to the law library to learn law and basically familiarize myself with the law to challenge them. And they was basically telling me it was 8 years I was looking at. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Being the fact that I went into law library and I started educating myself on the law, because you got to know the laws of your state. You feel what I'm saying? You can't break the law when you know the law. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So I basically started educating myself on the law, and then as I kept going back and forth to court and I'm shooting my lawyer all this information and stuff, they went from having 8 years.
Look who calling me.
Oh, Polight. They went from having 8 years to basically having 8 months. And I took it and went away. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, hold on. Brother Polight, what up?
Chilling, King. What it look like?
Man, I'm here with a young brother right now. I'm in the car with him. And, you know, we was talking about you, and the brother was talking about how much you inspired him, and you called me, brother. I said, yo, look who's calling. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up to Brother Polight.
Brother Polight, what's going on? This is Aminra Farrah, man. You know, we spoke on the IG here and there. You know, we be playing tag games on the IG, be coming back and forth. But what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good, my brother. Doing good.
Listen, you are such an inspiration to me. You understand? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
right now,
I'm talking about
so we hear you.
such a very, very big inspiration. Like, you know, your level of knowledge and your level of consciousness sat there and really saved me from being inside of these streets. Because, you know, I'm Crip, you feel what I'm saying? And I was out there in these streets doing all the wrong things. But now, you know, when I came across your information and understanding myself as a black man, understanding myself of what I represent and the acronym I represent, that's when I said, yo, you know what? I got to leave this life alone. I got to basically redirect it into a course on how it's supposed to go. You feel what I'm saying? So now I got an organization called Band United, and it's about bringing the Bloods and Crips and incorporating other gangs together to now basically go against, you know, the typical standard, the typical narrative of what people think when they think about gangs. We doing anti-violence work. We doing basically anti-gun violence work. You feel what I'm saying? We raising consciousness on mental health. We dealing with the knowledge. We dealing with many different avenues at one time, brother.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah. What you got to say for the young brother? What would you have to say for him? You know, he came up in your shoes as a young Crip, and now the brother is doing what Supernova is doing, trying to unite Bloods and Crips, coming up with different type of you know, programs for them to do shit like that, man. You know?
Yeah, that's great, man. You know, the number one thing that he can do is help himself. So if you really want to empower those brothers, do what you're doing. You know, don't get lost in the sauce. Do what you're doing. We always got to be careful when we organizing our brothers on the streets, because it's a thin line between the people that mean well and just good-spirited and who need to be redirected energy-wise. And then there's also a lot of covert operatives in the gang culture and paradigm, because, you know, people got rap sheets. So
Right.
anytime that you're going in and out of prison, or if you got a community of people that are more likely to be in prison, you have a community of people that have a higher inclination between being compromised,
Right.
right, or willing to, compromise the integrity of their mission as far as the brotherhood or sisterhood is concerned. So there's always dangerous work. What Supernova does and has done has
Right.
always been dangerous work. What I've been doing has always been dangerous work, especially when we talk about connecting our good brothers on the streets. Somebody got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Several people got to do it. The number one thing that you can do, though, after you put in some pain for a year or two, or how long you're doing it, after a year or two, you set your part, you did your thing. Now what you got to do, because the government don't want us to organize our brothers in the streets. That's
Right.
a fact.
Absolutely.
And so they're going to use our own brothers that come from those streets, who's just trying to get less jail time.
That's right.
And then them motherfuckers become your enemy, and you over here trying to organize everybody, unite. So you gotta always take a good look at the people that's in the community that's giving you a backlash. Or every time you're looking to do something positive, it'd be like, damn, the same dude look like he got an issue with me. What the hell could be his problem that I'm looking to organize, and he look like he got an issue with that? You always take a mental note. Don't ever even argue with them. My grandmother told me it's better to deal with the devil you know than to deal with the devil you don't. So
Right.
you let a motherfucker know that you're aware of him, then they send another one that's more crafty and more slick. But what you do, you just take a mental note of all the people that's apprehensive or showing some kind of reluctance towards unity.
Right.
And it may be because they got a hostile spirit, or it may be because they planted and they don't want us to be organized because they sold us out for their own freedom. So whatever the case may be, you do it, but don't make I wouldn't say do it for that long in that capacity. The best thing that you can do
Right.
would be to make something of yourself, and through that demonstration, they can follow your lead. And then what you do, you come back and you see if you could take a brother or two under your wing and see if they are willing to listen and grow in the same direction that you grew in. And if that works, then others will follow in that manner, and then that's more safe. Because, I'm just thinking about your safety.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of good brothers who have great and high intentions for our community, they'll always get set up because they the ones really putting things together to organize everybody. So I don't want to see you get put out there, because it's not like you're looking to organize the Boy Scouts. You're looking
Right.
to organize brothers that's fit in and out of prison.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So that's a whole different community, King.
Right.
Whole different community, man. I always worry about the organizers because I know what it is. At any given moment, somebody could do that, get your hands out your pocket gang version, and then next thing you know, all the work you put together to organize these brothers goes to hell because someone purportedly killed a rival gang member. And a lot of times that be agents killing us, and then we be pointing the finger at each other, not even knowing, because we really don't want to believe, as much as history tells us, we really don't want to believe how much the government will take their time out to push one of us back or body us or murder us and then blame each other. It sounds too diabolical.
Right. Right.
We do all sorts of stuff to each other, but we really be damned if we believe somebody else will go that far to separate us. But you gotta remember, J. Edgar Hoover, when he was asked what's the number one threat to the United States, he said the unity of the Negro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said, the unity of the Negro. Now, I ain't never heard that statement being retracted by anybody here in America. They still ain't take off their slave masters off the dollar bills and the $5 bills and the $10 bills. They ain't never take those slave masters off and say, man, this is a new nation, this is a new era. We need to take these slave masters off these bills. They ain't did that.
Right.
And, and the national anthem is excerpted and cut out.
Yep.
We hear the original national
Francis
anthem.
Scott
We gonna
Key.
hear all the racism as well. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, until we start seeing those type of changes, it stands to reason that same mission incentive to destroy us and keep us in a state of despair still exists. And so long as that is the case, we got to also look at our own as potential operatives. Not so paranoid that we're not willing to do for each other, but in making intelligible enough decisions to realize that though our heart is good, we are going to be in the ranks of people who don't wish us best, even if they look like us, darker than us, bigger eyes than us, bigger nose than us, bigger lips than us. That don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you do what you do, you be safe. But the best thing you could do, like I said, is demonstrate your own individual success. And with that individual success, then take people under your wing and show them how you achieve that type of success.
Right.
And if that's not enough to make them follow, then they bullshitting anyway. You know, because they need to know someone came from the same hood and they was able to transcend. And if they can see that from somebody that's like their own, then there should be no limit to what their imagination can take them to as far as being successful as well.
Right.
Good talking, brother. That's what's up.
Listen, brother. Yo, I cannot. It's like the words that I can have for you right now is really astounding. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I commend you on everything you say. You know, you the pioneer behind what I do. You feel what I'm saying? So everything that you do, I listen to everything that you say. Every gym you drop, every live you on, everything you post on IG, I'm paying attention to all that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I always spend my years talking to my brothers, talking to my family members, talking to everybody about you. You feel what I'm saying? It's like I share a little brother, big brother relationship with you, and I never even had met you. You feel what I'm saying? So everything that you're saying right now, I'm definitely taking heed to. I'm definitely, you know, saving it into my psyche, and I'm definitely planning to go back on everything that you sat there and told me, because, you know, this is very valuable knowledge, especially coming from you.
Thanks, man. Much appreciated, yo.
All right, what you calling me for, Polight? You got any? We gon' bust E-Man bust your ass this week?
Yeah, sometime this week. I was just calling you to tell you the weekend looking real jam-packed out here for me in LA. I got some stuff going on. Okay. So I think the weekend would be more ideal.
All right, my brother. I'll get back to you, man. Let me finish off with this, brother. I'm gonna throw this video up probably tonight or tomorrow, Sunday.
And tell Young King, man, text me. Send me your IG and just specify we just finished building over the phone.
Okay.
I got you that, King.
And one more thing, Polight. You know they talking about Kyrie and Kevin Durant coming to New York, brother.
Yeah, I hear you. But I mean, they talking about Kawhi coming to LA. Yeah. So I mean, that'd be great for both them cities. I'm bi-coastal now. Yeah, all right, I'm enjoying it.
All right, man.
I want to see them both back on the back.
I'm DMing you right now, Polight.
All right, King. I'm looking for it right now.
All right, King.
Right. Peace, brother.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Oh man, so that's what's up, man.
Yo, that was powerful. That was right on time. You see how the universe be connecting? That was powerful right there.
Man. Yep. Oh, so let me finish. What did I ask you before? I didn't ask you, right?
No, you
Polight
didn't.
Called in. So yes, going back to what I wanted to ask you, brother, is that how I'm gonna say it? I forgot what I'm gonna say, but I think I got a memory of it. Okay, let's say for the young kids that's caught up in the streets, they think that going to jail is like a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you ever been upstate? I've been upstate one time, and they make that as a badge of honor. You ever hear these young kids do that?
I heard it all the
like
time.
they really believe that once you go upstate, then now you really become the man. You have got your stripes. What do you tell them about going to jail? You know, talk about that.
Listen, man, for all the youth that think that going to jail and going to prison, trying to get upstate to make a name for yourself or to obtain this badge of honor, it's a worthless process to go through, you feel what I'm saying? And the problem is the fact that, you know, you get caught up in the illusion, you get caught up on what you see on the streets, whatever gang you partake in, what you see inside of the media, you get caught up with the rap music and the lyrics you listening to, and you think this is a good thing, you feel what I'm saying? But I'm here to tell you, the streets lied to you. The streets is always going to be here, you feel what I'm saying? You will die in these streets, and the streets is going to continue. You will die for the block that you banging on and banging for, and the streets is going to continue.
That's right.
So it's no heavy players inside of this game, and ain't no success inside of this game, you feel what I'm saying? You're going to end up either dead or you're going to end up in prison for the rest of your life. And at the end of the day now, for those that think prison is so cool, you're going to go basically take yourself out your own life, take away yourself from your family, because when you do time, your family do time with you. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me, son? When you do time, your family do time with you. So you'd rather choose to, you know, partake in what's going on in the streets and hurt your loved ones at home, and then you find yourself doing all this time, and then when you get home, you don't have no opportunities. Let me put y'all on to something. When you basically get back from whatever time that you think you want to put yourself up to do, when it's time for you to basically move into a community or get your own apartment or get your own house, you will be marginalized and ostracized just because of the fact that you served time upstate. And now you have a felony on your record. You're not going to be able to be qualified to go for certain programs, or if you wanted to go to college for certain careers, like being an attorney or doing anything else that got to do with business. They will ostracize and marginalize you from these kind of opportunities. Even when it comes to loans and grants and things of that nature, they will look at your felony and say, because you have this felony, this is why you are not qualified to get the things that you want to get. So I always tell young brothers, especially inside the streets and the youth, that before you make the decision to go pick up this gun and shoot whoever you go to shoot, or stab this person that you want to stab, think consciously and subconsciously about the decisions you go and make. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to you being in the streets and you doing what you're doing, not only is you hurting yourself and your life, but you hurting the peers and the people that love you and that really care about you, that's around you and behind you. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, we got a lot of young fathers that's out here in the streets. I'm a father myself. I take care of 2 kids. You feel what I'm saying? So you got a lot of young fathers that's out here in the streets that's still choosing to pick their gang over their kids and choosing to still pick up their criminal activity or criminal-minded ways over their kids. And ain't nothing gangster about that. That's why my organization say Bang United. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's nothing more gangster than being yourself. At the end of the day, if any OG that you basically running behind would rather see you with a gun in your hand or a pack on the block, would rather see that for you than for you to be with your kids and basically be at work helping your wife and helping your kids, then you know that's not somebody you should be following at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? So for those that's basically young fathers that's basically involved inside of the streets, whether you hustling, whether you swiping, whether you doing anything that you doing in the street, you got to understand and realize that this is harmful for your child. You feel what I'm saying? It's nothing like a father and son bond. And the problem is that when it comes to that father and son bond, we got too many black young fathers, too many black fathers in general that's not there for their kids. And this is why our black women tend to give up on us and don't see us as men, because we don't do and we don't take action what's caused for them to even see us as men. You feel what I'm saying? A woman's going to treat you accordingly to how you present yourself. So if you present yourself in a certain way, in a certain manner, and the only thing you care about is being in the streets and doing little boy activity, this is how she's going to treat you and deal with you like a little boy. So at the end of the day, always think subconsciously, always think consciously about what it is that you go do when it comes to these streets, because that one simple slip up, that one simple mistake will take your whole entire life away. You'll never see your kids again. And then when your kids get older, next thing you know, they don't respect you, they don't acknowledge who you are because you was never there for them and they was basically needed you in the beginning. And that's what I call a mental illness. You feel what I'm saying? The streets is always going to be here. And the players ain't going to do nothing but change. But at the end of the day, the streets is not worth being in the streets and basically going to do what it is that you thought you wanted to do. Because it's an illusion. It's an illusion that we all got caught up in. I done got caught up in myself. You feel I served 15 years of cripping. So I got caught up in it myself. But at the same time, you got to learn how to detach and diet your mind and deprogram yourself from what you seeing and what you think is the right way. Because what you think is the right way is only going to lead you to a dead-end wall. And I don't want to see that for our young brothers, especially the upcoming youth generation. You know, they doing all this pill popping and they doing all this gangster rapping and all this gangster. Everybody want to be a gangster until you get hit with gangster time. And now everybody want to point fingers and telling who this, that, this, who did what. There ain't nothing gangster about that. So just leave everything alone in its entire and basically be yourself. That's what it's about, being yourself. The most gangster person in the world is the people that succeed. You see them nerds that y'all be bullying and y'all be sitting there saying, oh, those are nerds, this, and the third. But those are the ones that's basically controlling how you get your government assistance. Those are the ones that's basically controlling your bank accounts. Those are the ones that's controlling everything else. Every resource that you basically try to obtain, they're the ones that's basically controlling that. Why? Because they knew that the only thing for them to do inside of this lifetime was this basically be successful. And that's what it's about, being successful. Anything outside of success is just poisonous for the mind. So.
All right, thank you, brother. Hey, man, the next conversation we have, man, we got to deal with the hip-hop.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get on hip-hop, man.
Yes, because...
You know... Yeah, say what you want.
Yeah, we definitely got to deal with hip hop. You feel what I'm saying? Because hip hop nowadays is so, oh man, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, even R&B, like, R&B basically talks about more cheating and more cheating relationships, and you know, people synthesize with R&B, so they propagate more cheating. And then hip hop just talk about more drugging and more killing and more bad bitches and this, that, and the third. So when people hear these things, they save it to their mind and then they mimic what they hear and what they see. So yeah, hip-hop has become very, very poisonous. When I basically discovered hip-hop, you feel what I'm saying, I knew hip-hop for basically talking about what's going on inside of our communities that the people in the world and the people inside of the positions of power and stuff don't hear and don't know about. You feel what I'm saying? It was about raising consciousness. You know, KRS-One, Scott LaRock, and all the rest of them. Especially me being from the Bronx. So, you know, I know that history. And it's like at the end of the day, what you know it for and what you see it today is really, really bad. Because it's like everything is about drugs, sex, violence, murder, and prison. And ain't nothing cool about none of those. Any one of those fields, ain't nothing cool about that. So we definitely got to speak about hip-hop. Because hip-hop is becoming a major, not even becoming, it's been a major influence, but it's being an influence on the wrong way. And the sad thing about it is the fact that it takes a rapper like Meek Mill to basically have so much motivating music for people to say, well, yeah, I want to attach myself to that, or I want to have that same understanding. And it's like when it comes to your people inside of your communities that's basically doing the same work, but they not the celebrities, they don't got the money, but they doing the same work, and they basically trying to, you know, put y'all in a better position and raise his consciousness. You guys don't want to support them. But when it comes to a celebrity coming out, now you want to have all the support there because they're a celebrity. We got to get up off that. If they not going to sit there and contribute to your community and contribute to the well-being of us as a nation, as a people, then why we keep spending our hard-working dollars to basically buy their albums and basically upload their content just to be brainwashed to propagate the same behavior that they're brainwashing us with? So we definitely got to discuss hip-hop. That's a fact.
All right. All right. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you once again. You got any closing statements?
I just want to say to everybody out there, you know, just continue to be you, man. Continue to be great. Shout out to my organization, Band United. Shout out Street Corner Resources. Shout out Brother Polight, of course. Shout out you, Sonetta, of course, and everybody in the conscious community, you know what I'm saying? And my thing is just, man, listen, man, there's nothing more gangster than being yourself, and that's what it's about, being yourself. Shout out to my block, you know, Cedric Houses. You can basically, you know, just keep doing what you got to do, man. Stay focused. Stay on the right track. Keep enlightening your mind. Don't put no cap on anything, because the wisest man knows and understands that even with as much information that he knows, it's still very little to what's out there. You feel what I'm saying? Only a fool believes he know it all. So with that, I say, listen, man, love, peace, and light, and just keep raising your vibrations, keep raising your consciousness. And like I said, there's nothing more gangster than being yourself.
All right, peace, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Peace.
All right. Where your girl with the sister?
I think she